Hello, my name is Nicholas Ramazis, and my Dragon's Den idea is Macro Blend, which is a 12 ingredient natural supplement that kind of combines a bunch of different really important ingredients into one really powerful muscle formula. So, a little bit about behind where I got the idea for Macro Blend. So, I go to a sports school. I've been playing rugby there for 4 years, graduating now, sadly. And throughout the years, rugby's a very contact sport, obviously. So a lot of the preseason training is in the weight room. And often we see, people who attempt to get bigger through supplements, different things, obviously protein, amino acids, creatine. And I've kind of been introduced to that world for the last 4 years now. So very commonly, I see people buy a lot of different things that not only they don't really need in terms of what they're putting into their body and the additives in these different supplements, but things that are actually harmful to the body. I mean, for example, certain pre-workouts have a lot of caffeine and sugar, and certain supplement blends that promise a ton of different outcomes add a ton of flavoring and sugar to make it taste better. And I always wondered, oh, like, aren't people more cautious about how dangerous this is to your body. And I remember one of the bigger guys on our rugby team. This guy has an excellent physique. We were by his locker one day and we saw him taking like common household supplements for magnesium, vitamin D drops, and then a couple other things. And we were like, oh, that's kind of strange. Typically, you don't see a gym guy of that stature taking these supplements. You'd more commonly see your own mother, or like just like a regular person taking that. So we asked him like, "Oh, why are you taking these things?" And he explained to us, that these natural ingredients actually help with muscle development in such a special way, and very few and none that he could find, supplements offer these things in a like in a fitness environment. Like he said, he very seldom would see certain things. So what he did was he isolated all the important nutrients that he needed or wanted for his body, and just took every single one of them separately. And it said it took him about a month to develop the program, and he was taking about, I think, like 15 or 16 different things. Took him a ton of work. And so me and my friend at the time were thinking, man, there's such a gap in the fitness industry where, as there's movements now more for all these vegan bodybuilders and vegetarians with these very healthy naturopathic diets, we were very surprised to not see a supplement that offered all natural ingredients. And that's where the idea from Macro Blend comes. So you can see our slogan at the bottom there: one tub, 12 natural ingredients, amazing results. It's 12 ingredients that you would find in any household taken as regular supplements. And another thing I notice a lot with these blends and pre-workouts is that a ton of ingredients I've never heard of and are very, conspicuous. They have like their own special blend that, they don't disclose all the things inside the supplements. But you could Google any one of the 12 ingredients in Macro Blend and immediately get a result and see exactly what it does for your body. And these features are what distinguishes Macro Blend as a healthy supplement for your body and what gives it the power behind the branding. So, what is Macro Blend? As I've already said, Macro Blend is a 12 ingredient supplement designed specifically for muscle development and body health. And the power in Macro Blend comes from the fact that what a bunch of different supplements would do normally, Macro Blend does in one scoop. It is incredible power and offers so much to the consumer. And the idea is that not only is it simplistic for the amateur, but it's holistic for the professional. So we've been talking a lot about ingredients, and here are the ingredients and their measurements. I went to the recommended dosages for men. Obviously, for women, there would be different dosages. And I mean, I designed it or advertised it on this slideshow for men because more commonly, men would be taking supplements to, enhance muscle growth and, create more muscle density and all that. Obviously, they're female weightlifters. I'm not, naive enough to say something like that, but yeah, it's there's more men in the market than women but obviously we offer it to both genders. But for women, it would be a lower dosage for each column. And I just like want to pay special attention to the very last one where it says sweetened with beet sugar or sugar beets rather. If you've seen this word before, it's because BioSteel, the pre-workout and post-workout brand, also flavors their ingredients with sugar beets. And this has been incredibly successful for them because many pre-workouts and other things, such as Gatorade, who is now, going over to a no sugar outlook, flavor their drinks with a ton of additives and a ton of sugar, caffeine, tartrazine, a bunch of things that are just taste good but are toxic for the body. So we use sugar beet to, kind of go along with the whole naturopathic aspect of macro blend. We want it to be as good for your body as physically possible, and we want it to be made out of things that you could consume otherwise by themselves and would still be good for you. So the power of the ingredients, I'm just going to go over the different ingredients and explain what they do for your body and why they're used in the blend and why they're so important. So obviously protein is very commonly seen with different supplements, and the reason why is because protein helps in muscle repair during tissue. So when you weight train, people who would be using this would be training with, typically heavier weights. Your body actually tears the tissue and it begins to break down, and then it rebuilds itself stronger. And then obviously you do this over time, the muscle comes back stronger and larger. So protein helps in this process. It helps during the what's it we call muscle hypertrophy. I've defined it here, which involves an increase in size of skeletal muscle through a growth in cell of size and in its components. So protein actually helps during the muscle synthesis, which is the regrowth stage of this, and helps muscle grow back faster and stronger. And I just like to say there's a bunch of different things that supplements use that are less natural, but protein is the all natural method in helping muscles regrow faster. And that's really the important thing with macroblend is that a lot of different supplements will use less natural ingredients because they may work faster or otherwise, but at macroblend we use the natural ingredients because they're healthier for your body in the long run. So we're talking about calcium now. So obviously calcium, helps to strengthen bones, but specifically for the muscle, it helps strengthen contractions. So obviously when, you're lifting a weight, your muscles are contracting and expanding. And we have a diagram here on how it helps in contraction. So they define it as an action potential, but this is literally any movement for your muscle, and the neurons carry over, and the calcium would go into the muscle and then strengthen and help these muscles in their movement. Some of the other ingredients are biotin, which pretty much speeds up conversion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, converting them into energy. So fairly obvious why we would have something like this in our blend. We have iron, which creates something, or doesn't fully, but assists in the creation of hemoglobin, which brings oxygen into your muscles. So obviously this is important because more oxygen into the muscles equals greater output and more efficient work. As well, it helps keep your high energy level. Selenium helps to stop free radical damage from weight training. As well, it also boosts your immune system and has been shown in studies to prevent heart and cancer. So another important thing about the ingredients in macro blend is that a lot of these ingredients by themselves are still good for the body, and even though they help with muscle building and giving energy to the consumer, they also can help in a bunch of different ways, and it really speaks to the the naturopathy of the supplement, that not only is it helping you, but it's also helping the rest of your body. And as opposed to a lot of different supplements which have negative side effects, the side effects of